welcome back, or welcome in if you're new. This is Channie, and this is another reaction to Kurzgesagt in a nutshell. This time we're watching Did the Future Already Happen? The Paradox of Time. Now, time is an interesting concept, and what led me to watching this video is the previous reaction. If you haven't already watched it, please make sure you do. We reacted to what would happen if basically a black hole was destroyed. And in there, they mentioned the concept of time being in the center of the black hole, and essentially if you get to the center of it, the physics breaks, like the time and future and all of that, just all these concepts like kind of break. So to segue into it, we are now going to watch the paradox of time to see the relevance. So let's get to it.
Do your past, present, and future all exist right now? Are you watching this video, being born, and lying on your deathbed at this very moment?
Whoa, okay, this is already deep. Hold on, it's a lot to unpack here. We have too much to unpack here. Okay, let's go back and take it question by question, because whoa, you threw me off.
Do your past, present, and future all exist right now?
Yes and no is my answer to this. Like, my past has happened, but it's like it's past and it's paused in my view, and the present is like what I'm doing right now, and then the future is what I'm about to do, which has already essentially happened, but I just need to reach the point of it happening from present me. So does that mean it all exists right now? I guess with this thought of line or line of thought, yes, but it's kind of crazy to think about. Let's see if by the end of this video I'll have a definitive answer, but right now that's kind of how I feel. Like, the past is just, it has happened and it's paused. The present is like present, future is like it already happened, but I'm not there yet, you know? Like, I don't know. I don't know how to explain. I don't know how to word this.
Are you watching this video, being born, and lying on your deathbed?
This part is crazy. I don't know how to answer that.
Surprisingly, the answer could be yes.
Could be
how
yes.
can that
Okay.
be? What does that even mean? How does time work?
Yes. Teach
The
me.
block universe.
Block universe.
Imagine the universe like a child painting pictures on
Oh,
paper.
pretty.
Each picture shows everything that's happening in the universe in a single moment. With each new moment, all kinds of things occur everywhere. People are born and die, galactic civilizations expand, you miss the bus.
No,
And our universe kid
that actually happened the other week. But I missed the bus. I had to. Mind you, I was running. Like, I saw the bus, I started running to reach it, and then by the time I reached like the behind of the bus, it started taking off, and I was like, no. It was bad, but it's okay. I took the next one.
makes a new picture that replaces the old one. In this way, you get something like a movie. Only the moment we're in right now is real. The past is what happened before. Now it's gone. The future is still to come and hasn't been drawn yet. This is kind of how time feels, right? Each moment being replaced by the next one. The past is far behind us, the future doesn't exist. But what
Wait, the
if
future doesn't
time
exist?
is something else? What if the universe kit has already finished all its drawings and stacks them on top of each other? This way, we get a block of time that contains the whole history of the universe. All moments that have ever existed or will ever exist. But in this block, in this stack of moments, the past, the present, and the future are equally real and exist at the same time. This feels wrong. The only things that we perceive as real are those things happening now. How can the past and future be real right now? The problem is that according to the theory of relativity, they kind of have to be. Heavily simplified, relativity says that time and space are not separated, but one connected space-time.
Sorry, I got distracted.
When you move through space, you're
Let's go a bit back.
have to be.
Sorry.
Heavily
I stopped listening
simplified,
the moment I saw
relativity says relativity, they kind of have to be. Heavily simplified, relativity says that time and space are not separated, but one connected space-time. When you move through space, you're also moving through the block. This means time passes differently for different people, depending on how they move through space relative to each other. And this also means that what someone perceives as now is a certain cut along the block, a cut that will depend on how fast they're moving. So what you think is now is really only your now. There are many different nows in the universe, and all of them are equally real. This also means there's no universal past or future.
You're losing me.
This is a
Yeah,
lot.
you're
How does this
losing me.
work? Imagine 3 alien spaceships a million light years away. The first one just hovers in space, not moving relative to you. You both experience the same now, the same present. If you had a magical instantaneous internet connection, you could do a video call right now and chat about alien things. The second spaceship is flying away from us at 30 kilometers a second, about 3 times faster than a human rocket. It's moving differently through the block of time than you are, which means its now is different from yours. With the magical internet, the aliens can talk to your ancestors in 1924, when
What?
humanity was discovering the first galaxies outside the Milky Way. The third spaceship wants to visit Earth and is flying towards you at 30 kilometers a second, moving at the opposite angle.
Wait, so that means they're seeing the past and I'm seeing the future if we do the video call, right? I'm just looking at it from the sense of the lean of that plane right there. Like, that makes sense. The other one also made sense. Like, by the second one, I kind of understood what they're meaning. But it's still, like, it's like crazy to comprehend. Like, I see and understand what they're meaning, but it's still, like, crazy to comprehend.
The second ship through the block of time. It experiences yet another now. With the magical internet, the aliens can talk to your descendants in the year 2124,
They're
when
talking to our
humanity has
future.
already
Okay,
built
yeah.
cities on Mars and Venus. Okay, so we have 3 different nows. So which one is correct? Well, that's the problem. Relativity is based on one powerful principle: cosmic democracy. The fact that the point of view of all observers in the universe is equally valid. All those nows have to be equally real. But if this is the case, your past, present, and your future all have to exist at the same time, right now. Because for the different aliens, they all happen in their present. This means that the distinction between the past, the present, and the future is an illusion. The universe is not a bunch of things.
I like what they did there, by the way. Like, they have like the Colosseum, like back in the day, with the actual, you know, warriors, and now us having it as like a tourist attraction, and then in the future they have like robots fighting in there. Damn.
And the future is an illusion. The universe is not a bunch of things evolving through time like in a movie, but a static block in which the past, the present, and the future all coexist and are real. How can that be? Well, think about a galaxy.
But like, okay, I'm just a little confused, because like, if it all exists at the same time, I don't like, I can't, I don't know. It's just, I'm really confused. I'm like trying to put my thoughts into words here. But basically what I want to like say is, if the past is still existing and ongoing, or wait, did they even say ongoing? Because I was gonna say, then the future and the present must have been affected. But it's not, which means, what does that mean for the past then? Am I like, is my question making sense? I don't know how else to word it. I'm sorry. I'm trying here. I'll watch a bit more and see if I can reword this better.
Outside the observable universe, too far away to ever visit or see. But even if you can't get there and don't see it, it's still real. The future might be the same. But if the past is not far behind
let's run
us,
that part back.
time like in a movie, but a static block in which the past, the present, and the future all coexist and are real. How can that be? Well, think about a galaxy outside the observable universe, too far away to ever visit or see. But even if you can't get there and don't see it, it's still real. The future might be the same. But if the past is not far behind us and the future actually exists, then there is no movie. Things don't happen in the universe. The universe just is, like a frozen block of dead cosmic ice, with everything that will ever happen already written and decided. Is the future already written? If all times coexist and are equally real, then the future has to be already written.
Yeah.
But that's not how you experience things. It feels like you can mold your future with your decisions. It really feels like you're free to choose to stop watching YouTube to not miss the bus. But if the future is set in stone, you can't decide anything. So are your choices an illusion? Well, maybe. Maybe your free will is a mirage. And maybe you missed.
No! We need free will. Get my free will back. What do you mean it's a mirage? No. But that actually puts things to like perspective. Like, are we deciding or is it pre-decided? Personally, I think it's like it also kind of depends on like I guess if you're religious or not. Like it also plays a role. But I think things are pre-decided. You can like maybe alter when things happen in a way, but I feel like if something is meant to happen, it's gonna happen. Does that make sense? I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy, bro. This video has me overthinking right now. I'm overthinking my existence. Wait,
The bus was already
what
predetermined
is real
at the
anymore?
Big Bang,
I don't know.
so feel free to continue watching. Except quantum stuff is ruining everything again. Quantum processes can't be predicted, not even in principle. Not because we're silly and don't know how to do it. According to quantum physics, quantum particles are intrinsically random. For example, if you have a radioactive atom, it could decay at any moment, in the next second or in the next million years. We can calculate the probability that it will decay tomorrow, but no oracle in the universe will ever be able to tell you with absolute certainty if it will do so or not. But quantum particles can change the world. Imagine a radioactive element randomly decays and causes a genetic mutation in a nearby mammal. And then many generations later, that mutation has led to a weird mix of duck and mammal that makes no sense. Or
wait, isn't that a real animal? Isn't there? What is this animal called? Is that a... It's a platypus, no? Do they actually have like duck feet? Now I don't even know what a real platypus looks like. I'm only thinking of the one from Phineas and Ferb now. Is that how you say Phineas and Ferb? English hard, okay?
Decays a day later, and the weird creature will never exist.
No.
If quantum stuff is really uncertain, the future can't be set in stone. But if the future is an untold story, it can't be real in the same way as the past is. So what happens when uncertain things like the decay of our atom become real? Is that moment the present? Is this now? But before we saw that cosmic democracy makes it impossible to define an absolute now. What's going on here? It turns out that for every individual object, you, an alien, an atom, the past, the present, and the future are always well defined. Your death will always happen after your birth, never before, and never at the same time. Now, you are clearly between your birth and your death.
Yes.
So, for you at least, now makes perfect sense. If we don't...
And yeah, you cannot go back to your birth. At least not yet. Science does not allow that. I don't know. They make crazy stuff in a few years. Actually, in a few years seems unlikely. In multiple hundred future years, maybe it'll be possible. I don't know, but it's crazy. But yeah, you can go to your birth. You can only, unless you time travel, but then you just visit it. You don't really become it again. You're just visiting, but you're daily nearing your death instead. Which is crazy. It's sad to think about, but you know.
Don't play tricks like going to the other side of the universe and using aliens in funny ways to find out what now means. Things again start to look ordered and nice, and individual nows seem to exist. Can we do something with them? Let's return to our block universe.
Yes, give me this block, because it's actually, it makes more sense when they show me in this block than anything right now.
Contain the future, and maybe we just imagined it wrong. Maybe the block is just the past, and a thin layer on the surface is the present.
Yeah.
That surface is not smooth, but bumpy and uneven. It's been made by joining countless individual nows, each experienced by someone or something in the universe, each equally real and valid. And all observers do their bit, so cosmic democracy is still true. As new things happen and uncertain things become certain, radioactive atoms decay, new species of mammals arise, people miss the bus, the border moves upwards, creating new time in the universe. Instead of a frozen block of time with a future that has already been written, the block is growing and things happen. You can again decide your future. Maybe leave earlier so you won't miss the bus. What is real then? Let's recap. We started with time as a movie, one now after another, where only the current now was real. Then we found out that because of relativity, there are multiple nows, all of them real somehow, which could mean that we're living in a frozen block universe where things don't happen and you don't really have free will. And we ended up with a kind of growing block universe where time passes and the future is open. So which is correct?
I kind of like the last one more. I don't know which one is correct, but the last one just makes more sense. There's multiple presents, multiple events for everyone alive in this universe, and that builds up. So rising up, you know, the cube is rising up, and then that's just us like going up. We up, you know. No, okay, I'm kidding, but you know, we're creating a fluid future, question mark, is that the right term? I'm trying to put my thoughts into words, into English words here. It's hard, okay? I'm trying. But I actually like this theory more than having like a frozen block with things. I don't know, the frozen block one doesn't really, it's not really hitting for me. Because things happen and then the future could change to an extent. Like I said, I think certain things are just kind of meant to happen, but we can alter maybe like when it happens or how it happens. So yeah, I like this one more. But that also means the future. What is the future in this one though? Because it feels like we're just building up the past and rising up with only present and no future.
What is real? The present? The past? Are the dinosaurs as real as you are right now? What do the aliens on the other corner of...
Oh, speaking of dinosaurs, I saw a clip the other day that said this family owned like a property with a bunch of like forests and stuff, and then they like never really did anything with it. And there was like marks on the ground on it, but they never really investigated it. And then like one day they just let archaeologists investigate it. And it turns out it's like dinosaur steps from like thousands of years ago. So yeah, that was really interesting.
The universe think about all this? To be honest, no one knows. What we've learned are two possibilities to describe time, but they're not the only ones. Some scientists think that the idea of now only makes sense near you, but not in the universe as a whole. Others think that time itself doesn't even exist, that the whole concept is an illusion of our human mind. And
I always like think it's so interesting with time, like time as in like the clock or the day, the month and stuff. Who was the first person to just be like, yeah, it's this time, this day, this year right now? You know what I mean? And you're gonna be like, Channie, you literally is the sun, you know, sun clocks from back in the day, you know, that's how I know, but it's still crazy. Okay, let me think about it. It's just crazy to me.
others think that time does exist, but that it's not a fundamental feature of the universe. Rather, time may be something that emerges from a deeper level of reality, just like heat emerges from the motion of individual molecules, or life emerges from the interactions of lifeless proteins. We could go on, but aren't you about to miss the bus?
No, I'm not. I'm good today. Thank you though.
The concept of time is abstract and elusive.
I think we're back to the advertisement now, right? Yeah, the ending is just advertisement. But let's see.
Beyond complete human comprehension. Fortunately, there's a vast world of things we do understand about the universe that you can explore right now.
That's it. Very, very good video. Very interesting. Had my head spinning, bro. I was like, wait, what am I? Who am I? Where am I? Like, I was low-key overthinking. But yeah, that's the paradox of time in a nutshell. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and do let me know which of the 3 time blocks do you believe we're living in. I'm leaning more towards the last one with the fluid top block. That one just kind of made more sense to me. That's the one I believe in. It was a very interesting watch. Bye, take care.